Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Part 3, why Ramadan can't change you. This is a really important point because it affects, I think, most of us around the world. And that is, we're unproductive in the month of Ramadan. So most Muslims have this tendency of starting Ramadan in a zigzag motion. And what do I mean? You start off the month of Ramadan and you climb very, very, very high. You do all the acts of worship. The Quran is there, all the sadaqat, etc. You're doing everything. But somehow in the middle of the month, you drop again and you become unproductive. You can't focus. You're late for salah. You're not going to Taraweeh anymore. Nothing. And then the last 10 nights, you're back up again. And for these last 10 nights, here you are looking for Laylatul Qadr, you're in there for Qiyam, and you're going with the flow, you're performing i'tikaf, all of these great acts of worship. Then when Eid day comes around, you drop again. So it's literally been the zigzag Ramadan for you. All of this is happening for a number of reasons. Number one, and this is usually the biggest problem, is that we set high standards for ourselves that we can't stay consistent with. We say to ourselves that this Ramadan, I'm going to recite the entire Quran, I'm going to pray every single rak'ah of Taraweeh, I'm going to give sadaqah every single day, all of these great things. But the problem is it's too overwhelming. It's tough to sustain. And the Prophet ﷺ once told us that the acts of worship that are most beloved to Allah are the things that are consistent. So here you are, you start off strong, but you can't keep it consistent. So that's one dilemma that you have to sort out. Start off with simple things, things that you're comfortable with, things that are easy for you. And this is something even our Prophet ﷺ encouraged us, that whenever you go out and you want to do a righteous deed, start off with the things that are easiest for you. Because why? That will build up the confidence you need to continue to excel and become a stronger mu'min, a stronger Muslim. So that's the first dilemma. But then the second dilemma is throughout Ramadan, and this is really a very, very sad state to be in, is the person is focused on everything except worship. So they're focused on, where am I going to go for iftar every night? Okay, let's hit up that masjid. Let's go check out this place. Let's see what their iftar is like. We know some Muslims that actually call ahead to a masjid and say, can you tell me what your menu is? And then decide whether or not they'll go to that masjid based on the menu that's going to be served for iftar. So all of these priorities got in the way of the true priority, which is worship, ibadah, focusing on your relationship with Allah. So this whole month has become unproductive because you were involved with things that were unproductive. You were just involved with life. Too much work, too many other responsibilities, too many distractions. All of this got in the way. So when it was time for you to go to the masjid, you were too tired, too exhausted. Or when you got to the masjid, you barely squeezed in 2 rak'ats of Taraweeh and you left. Third problem is the sleep. The sleep is a huge and major concern because why? Think about how Ramadan is for a lot of us. It messes up everything in terms of the timings of our day and how productive we are. So we will wake up very late. Some people, they wake up like 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but then they'll stay up all day and all night until Fajr. Ramadan is not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be normal in the sense that you should be able to do all the regular things in your daily routine. Go to work, look after the kids, look after all of the other responsibilities, do your errands. All of these things should still be there. I do understand that it's more difficult in the month of Ramadan, but this is the barakah that we experience in Ramadan, is that you can get so much done in so little time. I'm sure many of you listening to this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People are very productive in Ramadan when they're focused and they set their priorities straight, they can get a lot done. So I hope, insha'Allah ta'ala, that for those of you who found yourself very unproductive in the month of Ramadan, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives us of our shortcomings. And those of you who are productive or who were productive, may Allah Azza wa Jal accept your efforts. Now, how do you fix all of these problems? Stay tuned. Insha'Allah ta'ala, I will address that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.